Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Kusogrand8, the bad video game tournament. Thank you so much for being here, and I'd like to thank Factor for sponsoring the stream today. If y'all go to Factor, let me go ahead and do the command in chat. Yeah, they are helping to cover some of the costs, and obviously we give out over $2,000 worth of prizes for Kusogrand8. If you go over to Factor 75 and use my string code Factor SE43472. Very easy to memorize. You can get 50% off your first box. It helps support the stream for each person who signs up. So if you've considered doing it before, feel free to drop on by, support us, help me buy prizes, help me to eat burritos. And they'll be sending me a box as well later, so that is extremely helpful. Thank you so much. Now, without further ado, we have our second match. So, Crappy? Crappy, you want to do this for me? Yeah, Clades, you're right. I've also had Factor before, and it was pretty good. Like, I'm willing to have them be a sponsor again because I had good experiences with them. It was definitely reasonable food. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and go over to the next game. Crappy, take us away, and watch out for the helicopter. It might crash into you. Oh no. Well, Crappy is gonna go listen to somebody sassy. The Iron GM round is the round where players were presented with 3 possible GMs. They voted secretly on who they wanted. If they both voted for the same GM, that's who they got. But if they voted for different GMs, they ended up with a third GM who usually was a little bit angry that they weren't chosen. So who are the GMs for this round? Well, first off, we've got Iron GM Captain N, the Game Master. You all have seen this before. Novasol. Novasol's been up on the screen a lot lately. We've also got Iron GM Adult Bart Simpson. That's right, it is Time Stalker. And finally, Iron GM Stealth Mission Escort Quest. Yeah, there are a few too many escort quests like that. That is Donkey Clonk. How did the votes go, though? Well, our first player, Jal, opted to go for Iron GM Adult Bart Simpson. Lady Rex went with Adult Bart Simpson, which means that we will be getting some Time Stalker action today. Time Stalker, we have the choice of love. Sorry, Novasol. I'm just going to go ahead and cover your face up again. Ha, take that, nerd. Time Stalker, how you doing?
Doing okay. How are you doing today, bro?
Doing great. Oh my gosh, I can already feel my voice being like, you know?
I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's been that way. Both my kids have been sick this week, so they both missed school.
Oh, that's fair. Like, I got over the cold, but usually, like, there's a little bit of a lingering. Sometimes I feel a bit of a cough, and I feel a little bit of the stupid throat stuff. I wouldn't be too surprised if I lose my voice over the next couple days. Have you been well, though?
So far, so good. I was sick for Thanksgiving. I'm really hoping not to be sick for Christmas.
Oh, fingers crossed. Well, you know what? Christmas is right around the corner, and, you know, you got chosen as the GM. You promised me you gave them something, some good Kuso under the Christmas tree. Well,
I tried to be nice, and they vetoed it, and unfortunately I didn't have another nice game. But I'm having kind of a trend this year with Kuso games. I keep giving out games with the same characters.
Okay.
Most of them have been Simpsons games, but this time we're doing something else.
What do we have?
I gave out the first game, and it was an NES game for this character. But we're going to a game that was given out the only other time it's been given out for this version was in Kuso 4 by Mikeyama. But this is Journey from Darkness Strider Returns on Genesis.
That's right, Strider 2 coming your way in just a little bit. The players will have 1 hour to try to get through this game. Whoever makes the most progress will be the victor. Whoever doesn't will go down to the loser's bracket where they will duke it out. Now, honestly, I feel like out of the Strider 2 ports, this is one of the kinder ones out there.
I would disagree. This game is rude.
Look, I'm comparing it to the Game Gear version, okay?
I have not actually played the Game Gear version, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I got this one for Smite's Mystery Triathlon, and the goal was beat stage 1.
Gotcha.
2 of us barely did it in the time frame we had, and 2 of us didn't. So this is this is a rough game.
Yeah, it definitely is rough. However, I'm still gonna say that out of the different options that you have for Strider 2, I don't know. I tend to feel this like it's not a good game. Okay, let me go ahead and clarify. You know, it definitely belongs in Kusogrand8, but I feel like this is almost a present. Almost close.
Okay. If your comparison is the Game Gear version, there is very rarely a Game Gear version that is better than the console.
I think there's a PC version as well, and if I recall correctly, that one's extremely different and much worse. Yeah.
Like the more recent release and the arcade game are both very good games. The NES one is okay. It's got some dumb moments, but it's okay. And then you get to these ones, and it's like, what were they thinking?
Well, it looks like both of the players are ready to roll. Anything special that they need to do before we start?
I want them to go into the options real quick to make sure that they didn't mess with anything but the amount of continues. And the which button does what. Just because I want to make sure that everything has been kept where it's supposed to be.
Gotcha. Okay.
I am having them play on normal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks like everything is set. Like I said, I told them they could change which button did what for the controls, and they could set continues to max, but everything else had to be set the same. So it looks like we're good.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like it would only be making things probably harder if they changed anything else.
Actually, it would have made things easier if they changed the sword type.
Well, okay, if they changed difficulty.
Well, no, the sword type, if they don't use sweep, it lets them fire their sword faster, like it would in normal Strider games, and I want them to keep it at the default.
Well, we're doing the countdown. Everybody spam all of your best Strider emotes. What does that mean? Swords. What else?
Anything jungle related, anything electricity related, because the second stage is a lot of electricity.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that we're seeing beyond stage 2 with this, because we didn't the last time we were in a match.
Oh, Rambo's good.
One of the things about this game, and you'll notice early, is that you have a very committed forward jump, because you have no air control whatsoever.
Okay.
So you are basically jumping, and this game likes to throw a lot of traps at people. Like, you have certain areas that fall, and you can tell your health is in the upper left, and it's number of hits versus damage amount, like the NES Strider is. So when that counter loses all of its pips, you're dead, and you go to the checkpoint.
Gotcha.
You can pick up extra health like Blade has so far. But a lot of this game just doesn't like the player at all, and they're going to find it out very quickly.
Yeah. There are a lot of blind jumps in this game. There's a lot of navigating things that honestly are going to kill them the first time that they get there. It's very antagonistic game design where it's like, oh, haha, you died.
You're going to get hit by a lot of stuff that's off screen.
Yep.
But another thing about this game, and I noted it when I played it, Smite noted it when he played it, is that everything moves slow, including your enemies, but even though it's slow moving, it will kill you anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just because you don't move fast either. So the game just really really likes to punish you.
Now, Jal is going in the right
everything he
direction here. Like, if Jal can beat this mini-boss, we're gonna see a rather comedic death. I promise you. Well, okay, after beating the boss. The boss itself is pretty bad. Mystery Funhouse, thank you for the raid. And yes, everybody, join the Mystery Tournament. I have joined. I signed up. I will be playing. You all should...
Yeah? I had a couple of ideas to submit for Mystery Tournament,
Ooh.
but I haven't talked to anybody about exactly how to do so.
Yeah,
I know a friend of mine used to submit for Mystery Tournament, so...
Yeah, I think there's something on the page, but if anybody from Mystery Tournament wants to bother Time Stalker and get a commitment out of him, that's completely fine as well. No, sometimes you just need the person to message you, and, you know, that's enough to be like, okay, I'll do it. Okay, Jal taking the boss a little slower. Good. Yeah.
Both of them did set for maximum continues, so they should have 5 each.
Yep, they should have 5. What was that just popped up over the screen?
I don't know. That was weird.
We're just okay.
Jal seems to be having some problems here, and I'm not sure what's causing that.
Yeah, let's see. What is that?
Is that a
retro achievements?
Yeah.
Apparently, retro achievements is disabled, but okay. Well, in general, if you... Okay, I'm going to type to Jal real quick. You can keep talking.
Yeah. So I think Lade decided not to continue and decided to restart. That might not be the smartest idea because your continue saves your checkpoint. So we'll see if they or she keeps doing that.
Yeah, now we're doing a small amount of testing. This is something I just said, turn off on-screen messages, and those notifications shouldn't appear. And in general, let's see. I believe it's this right here. I'm taking a screenshot.
Yeah, I enjoy doing retro achievements as much as the next person, but probably don't want to do it during a tournament match. Oh, and that knockback on Jal knocked her right to the bed.
I think Jal is just dying over and over again, possibly for... Okay. I'm not too worried. If we keep getting messages like that, then whatever. The match goes on.
Yeah, my concern is if it interrupts BizHawk, but it looks like it's not right now, so...
Yeah, but luckily, it looks like we are good to go. I'm honestly cool if people do, like... You can turn off status messages, of course, to prevent things from showing up over the screen, but if you have retro achievements on, I'm cool with that, whatever. Sure, get an achievement while you're playing in Kusogrand8.
Okay, this mini-boss.
Uh-oh. For Jal?
We had four players in the mystery tournament with this. This mini-boss does not change its pattern, it's extraordinarily slow, and yet it killed every player at least 3 times.
Yeah, I believe that.
It is a...
That's 2 deaths for Jal. Good. Well, let's see if Jal can do better than the mystery race that you did. Oh, Jal trying to slide away.
Like, it's a slow pattern, but the slow is actually detrimental because you want to get rid of it quickly because you are on a timer.
You do have a timer, yep.
And you don't know if this is the final boss. It's not. It's a mid boss of the stage, so you don't know how much further you have to go.
Oh my gosh!
But it's just
yeah.
it's patience boss. That's all it is. And it looks like Lade is also getting to this boss.
Patience boss coming up for Lady Rex. Okay, and there we go. Jal defeating it with only 2 deaths.
And then that's the funny part is the timer adds time to it after you beat the main boss.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Now let's see if Jal understands something that I didn't the first time I went through this section. Those wall climbing bots, I thought they were indestructible. They're not. You can destroy them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How? Oh.
Just use your sword.
Okay, from the side.
Yeah. And we're getting to a part where I had probably one of my more hilarious deaths.
Whee!
And it looks like Jal's gonna get it too.
Jal! Oh my gosh! Oh, I love it! The fall to your death. So good. Also, very understandable. Guess what? If you don't allow people to scroll the camera, they're gonna die that way. Oh my gosh. Robot touched the foot.
I don't know why I did too. It touched the foot just a little bit.
Don't touch the foot. So apparently this game is so bad that it is not considered canon in the Strider universe, even by the developers. However, I still think that this game is fun in some ways. It's just extremely punishing. And
oh yes,
it actually may be less glitchy than the original game.
Oh, you have like heavy knockback. You have just your health is not where it needs to be for a game this punishing. And your committed jumps, you have a lot of blind jumps. It's just so many bad game design decisions in one.
Oh yeah.
Also, the limited continues don't help.
Jal, careful. Yeah, the wall, unfortunately, the lower wall is a little bit farther to the right than the upper wall, so falling and trying to grab the wall from that direction, not going to work. Maybe going for the left wall.
Yeah, you actually have to come down on the left wall. If you try and drop from the right wall, you can't do that there either. So this is just dropping it all is a risky strategy, and like there is no, like I said, there's no air control really. You don't have it, so you have to use the way the game's jumping is to your quote-unquote advantage.
Now, I actually think that like a speedrun of this game could be a lot of fun if you manage to do it well, like because.
The speedruns are impressive because you do this, but again, it's still a slow game, even with, you know, perfect of where you're supposed to be going.
Oh, there we go. Jal kind of survived.
Yeah, like I said, the best thing you can do is just go between the walls and come down and destroy those things, so it's easier for you to jump between.
Now, I do
trying to just drop is gonna be problematic.
Yeah. I do want everybody to know that the referees for this match are helping to track the progress here. We've got Linkura vaporizes when dead. Jerry Eris to darkness. Noodle returns. Uh-oh. Clade's only journey from darkness involved having to poop at 4 in the morning. And finally, Nautelecta is really quick. Oh, Nautelecta is late making a name again. There we go. Perfect. Well, all of these referees are helping to make sure that everything is fair and well balanced, and they are keeping notes about how far the players have made it. For example, Jal almost survived the pit. Lady Rex fell to her death after wood protrusion on left didn't get to that pit.
Boss of stage 1.
Oh, we're at the boss.
You get these 4 orbs, which are very useful because they can take hits for you.
4 orbs and 7 years ago.
You can get up to 5 in there. Okay, now you beat the boss. Now you have to escape the room, and the room starts dropping stuff on you. So with one hit, Blade might be in trouble. Hatman,
thank you so much for the raid and the sub. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. And also,
And
thank you,
Lee
Mr.
has
Torture.
cleared the level. So that is a very clear lead right now, early on.
Yeah! Never, my friend. Tomorrow's the day you die! No! Not tomorrow. Castle Metropolis. Well, Lady Rex is in the lead. By the way, Jal has been a GM for Kusogrand8 before, gave out wonderful games like Spiss Popped, one of the worst sounding games that we have ever had in Kusogrand8, although it has been surpassed. But when it first was in Kusogrand8, definitely the worst thing we'd ever heard. I love Jal. Lady Rex, on the other hand, has been playing, I believe, for a few years at this point, and she's usually done pretty well. Like, I'm not too surprised that she's in the bracket. Oh my gosh, this music, it's dramatic. Let me see, I do want to pull this up and see a little bit of what happened in the past. Maybe oh, that was the GM bracket. Of course, Lady Rex wasn't in the GM bracket. But yeah, she made it last year all the way to the gauntlet. Lost against Captain Drake. There's no shame losing to Captain Drake. Captain Drake, amazing player. But yeah,
I would say there's really no shame in losing to any player in the brackets. They've
maybe
all played extraordinary.
I'm sorry. Never mind. Yeah, they've all done fantastic, but I gotta dunk on at least one person. But yeah, no, everybody who's in the bracket, you know, they've gone up against tons of players at this point. You know, these are some of the strongest players that we've had in Kusogrand8, and it takes a different skill set really to get good at blind races. Like instead of
I will note, Lady's using the slide a lot, and it's not just for movement. That is an actual attack. It can damage enemies that are low, so using it and getting familiar with the distance it can go and everything is probably a very good idea.
So it's like Richter strats on Symphony of the Night.
And Jal is learning that the enemies that she killed respawn once you go up.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little problematic for this section. But with that said, you don't have reaction time. You've got to know where the enemies are in order to like appropriately deal with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that this game is so much all about patience. You move so slow, the enemies move so slow that it's really about dealing with each enemy as they come up, and the problem with it is that you do see a timer, you are on a timer, so you have this desire to go fast, and it's usually not the most ideal way to handle things. But it looks like Jal has got to the boss, so let's see how he handles it.
There we go. According to Paul S., by the way, this game wasn't originally going to be a Strider game. It was going to be something called Transforming Overland Robot, or TOR. However, when developed, unfortunately, they used Strider sprites just as placeholders, and then Capcom's like, okay, I guess it's a Strider game now. Or maybe it wasn't Capcom. Management decided to make it an official Strider game. So,
I have you now.
There you go. It's management's fault.
Never, my friend. Tomorrow is the day you die.
Oh, tomorrow is the day you die. I like it.
So now they're both in Castle Metropolis. And when we had this game in Kuso 4, I don't believe anybody actually cleared this stage. I'm expecting at least one of the players to do so in this because they are bracket players and they tend to be much better at things, because this was a group stage match before. But yeah, this is not an easy game. This stage is rude in so many different ways.
By the way, I'm going to go ahead and change the title that's on the screen for the game, because while I called it Strider 2, because technically it is the second Strider game, it's called Journey from Darkness, Strider Returns. Strider 2 was a PlayStation game, as opposed to Strider 2, which was a Genesis game. Yeah. Why? Because welcome to the nightmare that is everything that has to deal with Strider 2. Yeah, this was made by Tiertex Ltd. Tiertex made other wonderful games that we may or may not have had on Kusogrand8, some of them being, Winter Olympics, Lilyhammer 94.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, James Pond 2, codename Robocod for DOS and PlayStation, those ports specifically. Days of Thunder for DOS. Oh, I know that one.
Poor Lade.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the action game. Oh,
okay,
no.
Lade managed to get back up and around, because Lade was looking for secrets and ended up dropping into a gap and falling down back to the areas she'd been at before.
Oh, there's a lot of farting sounds in this level. The only credit that I see for this game, by the way, is for the cover art. Thank you, Julie Bell, for the cover art for the box. It's pretty good.
Okay, Lade has reached the mini-boss of this stage.
Yeah.
And Lade does have the throwing stars, so that's going to make that mini-boss trivial, so you can just stay out of mini-boss's reach.
By the way, the person who did the cover art also did the cover art for Wolfenstein 3D, so, like, legitimately a good, well-known artist in the video game world. And Turrican! Oh my gosh! That's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, Castle Metropolis, honestly, not much of a metropolis. I don't see anybody living here. Why would you call it Castle Metropolis? What a stupid name. Also, a castle can't be a metropolis. It's too small. Yeah, there are a lot of problems with this naming convention. Maybe that's why they're a villain. They created a name that's stupid for where they live.
Yeah, part of the problem with the stage is just that, unlike the first stage, the areas for health are less than non-existent.
Oh yeah! Well, I'm taking a look. Some people may wonder what the story of this game is, and luckily the manual clears that up. We've got lore, everybody. Strider returns. This guy is like a bad habit. He just won't go away. Now this evil master dude and his legions of Nimrods are poised above the planet in a space station, ready to make the planet one big black hole. You know what? I should be doing like a cool person voice here. Not only that, those blasted automations, Spacelink for funky robot type guys, have captured Lexia, not the car, the babe, and are holding her prisoner aboard their space station. Don't it just make your blood boil? Doesn't it make your skin crawl? Does it make your face turn red with anger? Is there steam coming out of your ears? Hold on. Get a grip. We've been in this kind of fix before. Okay, you're right. Probably not this bad, but hey, this is a video game. There's always a good guy around somewhere. Get with the program. It just so happens that on the island Moralos, you remember the secret base of the famous Striders, there's just the guy you're looking for. The most pumped up Strider of them all, Hinjo, is just waiting to punch these guys lights out. Go ahead, grab that control pad and give it a shot. Sounds like a piece of cake. Wrong. This baby's not your everyday spacewalk in the park. Strider's back and the fun is about to begin. Rumble on, Strider dude.
What?
That is the wrong... What? What the crap? How is this real? That is the wrong tone for a Strider game.
Yes.
I kind of love that. Wait, okay. I do see U.S. Gold attached to this. Maybe we can blame U.S. Gold for that writing. U.S. Gold? How dare you? How dare you call him Strider, dude?
Layden, just narrowly avoided one lightning thing and one thing cross screen and then jumped into one. The positioning on all of this is just so bad.
Yeah, and the flip is a little bit difficult to deal with because if I'm not mistaken, it's a committed flip.
Yep. And
it's also dependent on if you're holding left or right. Now, Jal, is this the first time we've seen the tank?
Jal died to the tank at least once.
Okay, has Lady Rex made it there?
Yeah, Lady Rex has passed that.
I'm sorry, I was busy reading crappy manual.
Yeah, Lady got to the tank with the shuriken, which made it so much easier because it just she could hit it from afar and not even worry about any of the boss's attacks because the boss's attacks couldn't hit the left side if she crouched.
Oh yeah, that definitely would help. No, Jal! Oh my gosh, the cannonball. Unfortunately got Jal. Lady Rex trying to climb the wall and is unable to, trying to figure out where she needs to go, and she is gonna have to climb up the wall to the left in order to get back onto the rope thingy, I think. Yeah, the one thing that people may not have noticed, or the astute may have noticed, is that there were times that you could hang from the ceiling, like Jal did right there. But at times the ceiling is just high enough that if you do your arch jump, you won't grab onto it. And if you're holding left or right when you jump, you do that jump, and that makes it extremely difficult to deal with. Oh, Lady Rex got the jump! Oh my gosh. Yeah, like, just because you're walking left or right, doing the huge committed jump to the left or right makes it very difficult to deal with grabbing onto ceilings while fighting bosses.
Yeah, the amount of times you die in this game is just going to be a lot.
We have had so much death. And there we go, Lady Rex, I believe that is a full game over. She is going back to the beginning, but she has made the most progress so far. We'll see if Jal is able to pass her up. I expect a few full game overs, and honestly, I think that we've had some players stuck in level 2 for a long time before.
Yeah, I would be surprised if there weren't a lot of game overs in this game.
That. Go away, robots! Stop it! Oh no, Jal! The thing is, jumping straight up is also a committed jump.
Yes.
There's a lot of committing in this game, okay?
Yeah, a lot of crimes committed in this game.
Yeah, usually these were lessons that developers had learned by this time. I mean, this came out, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around 95? Let me check. When did this come out? Tier text? No, I don't want to know about Bob the Builder. I don't care about Bob.
Looks like it came out in 1990.
Oh, 1990. Still, by the time the Genesis came out, like, we already had some Mario games that had very decent controls. You know, the standard for the platformer had already been set on the NES, and there's like, unless you're doing something very specific and planning for committed jumps, you should on the Genesis allow a little bit more wiggle room, especially when so many of these jumps are blind jumps. Yeah, it's just unnecessary cruelty. Okay, Lady Rex fighting one of the first mini-bosses. This boss, again, at least on the Game Gear version, a lot of people died to this boss, but I don't think we've really seen death to it. Why?
There were some deaths to it early on. The problem is that its shot is random.
Well,
so
no, I'd say after killing the boss because the floor explodes.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't seen that in this version.
Yeah, in the Game Gear version, everybody dies to that. It's beautiful because like the screen doesn't start scrolling for a while, so it catches everybody off guard.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, again, you gave them the good version of a bad game. Thank you.
It's the one I've played, so.
Well, yeah, from what I understand, if I'm not mistaken, the Amiga version is extremely different. We've had that on Kusogrand8 before as well, and it's more of a left-to-right scrolling game rather than a maze-like set of levels. And that one might actually be more difficult, I'd say. Like, it's very brutal to get through. The controls might technically be a little bit better on that, but ooh, boy. If you want nightmares, it could be the Commodore 64 version, which is very similar to the Amiga version, or ZX Spectrum. That sounds like a beauty. Oh, no. Oh, this... I can't even tell that it's Strider, whatever, shut up.
Strider, huh?
Strider.
Is that the answer to Pepsi Man by Sprite?
Oh my gosh. Strider? Possibly. Oh, hey, let me tell you, I was playing Roblox the other day. Yeah, this is a dangerous story to start with, but during the GM Hangout that we had, I was playing Roblox, playing Dress to Impress, because obviously that is the game to play on Roblox. It's a fashion game, and we got the prompt for fashion for brand. Like, had to dress up as a brand, and I'm like, what could I dress up as? And so I did Pepsi Man. And you know what? I didn't even make the podium for Pepsi Man. I did tie, though. I think that technically I had enough points that I was in third, but however they do the tiebreaker, you know, other people had higher ranks than me.
Well, to be fair, that Wendy's one was really impressive.
Yeah, and also, how many 12-year-olds know Pepsi Man? I don't know. Yeah, the 12-year-olds never voted for me, okay? I need more 12-year-olds on Roblox voting for my for my stupid costumes.
Yeah, that is. Chad is pointing out one nice thing about this game. The lady killed the boss, died to the explosions afterward, but the boss stayed dead upon the next life.
Oh, that's kind. Okay, that's one mercy that we had. Another thing that I'd like to point out is that Jal, trying to jump into this room, did everything right, but then unfortunately was just like a couple pixels too high on the jump over to the room, bonked her head on the ceiling and plummeted into the pit. Because Strider 2 is that kind of game, everybody.
I'm very happy to see what Blade just did right there.
Oh, really?
They took the issue they had with their mistake and turned it to her advantage, because she skipped a good portion of the second stage.
Oh, nice. We missed the voice acting.
I don't know if Jal understands that they have a ranged attack. Oh. No, I think maybe you have to pick it up because Lade doesn't have it for this boss this time. So there's a detriment to skipping that then.
I'm having a lot of fun. Everybody, we are more than halfway through this match. I would like to thank Factor again for sponsoring the stream. Between match 2 and 3, I'm going to do a little bit of an ad segment for them because they want me to, and, you know, they're giving me money to help out, so I definitely want to. But yeah, if anybody does sign up through the code that we have in chat, you are welcome to get 50% off your first box of food stuff. And it's pretty tasty. It's been decent. That's why I'm happy to have them sponsoring again. Well, Time Stalker. Actually, now that I'm thinking about food, do you do Christmas dinner?
Yes, we do.
Cool. What do you have for Christmas dinner?
My mom does a ham and turkey, and then we do mashed potatoes and a stuffing, green beans, corn, peas. We do a lot. We do yams.
Ooh.
And then desserts, we have a pavlova dish and a trifle.
Nice.
So.
Good. I think it's just going to be Justin and I. Just going to be Justin and me. Sorry, let me get my grammar correct. But yeah, we're going to do ham. We're going to do ham. I don't know what else goes with... Oh, well, there's pie. Ham and pie, everybody. That's what you need. The two main ingredients to Christmas dinner. Probably potatoes in the mix, too. I could make cranberry sauce. Homemade cranberry sauce so much better than from the can.
Yeah, I got to do a... we had our work Christmas one we're doing.
Yeah.
And I ended up bringing in some specialty cookies from a place called Ruby Snap.
Okay. I don't know that place. Whoa! Oh. Lady Rex, what just... Okay, Lady Rex just got damage boosted into the boss fight and weird things happened.
Yeah, but that was weird because Lady was above the boss fight in the next section and then got knocked back down in, and then the boss fight started. I haven't seen that before. So, yeah, okay, it was kind of a boss skip.
Okay, so we have a boss skip. That's cool. Yeah, but getting knocked back into the boss arena ended up causing weird scrolling issues.
Yeah.
Now I want to play with that. Whenever I see a glitch like that, I see hope.
It reminds me of what I ended up doing with Yolanda after I lost that match when I went back to play it, because I was really having fun with it. And ended up finding two different quick skips to do for puzzles in that game that Cat ended up using.
That what? Oh, the Cat used.
Ended up
yeah.
Yeah, Cat was playing with it, and it's like, I have a couple of skips I want to show you.
Yeah. I think that's great. Oh yeah, somebody is bringing up they buy KFC, the true Japanese way to celebrate Christmas, getting KFC. We've done going to the Chinese restaurant before, and that's been kind of nice. You know, we're not religious in my house, and Christmas is a little bit of the weird things for us. I don't know. So sometimes you go and you get Chinese, and it's pretty amazing.
Well, my wife was never one of, I had, Christmas dinner being a big thing, and then she had Christmas dinner with my mother, and she's like, I am never skipping Christmas dinner again.
I mean, yeah, let's just say that, like, if somebody is good at making food, I'm not gonna say no. I want your food.
I got lucky growing up because my mom used to cater, so.
Nice. Yeah, my parents usually did pretty well with holiday meals. I wouldn't say that they were the best cooks otherwise, even though our last name literally was Cook. Yeah, let me just say, some of the foods that I used to think that I didn't like, it just turned out that they weren't good at making it.
That was kind of where it was for my wife too. Is that a lot of the foods that she was certain she wouldn't like were just because they weren't cooked well. Yeah, this section is really rough.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like Lade is taking this section very slowly, which is the way you want to do it with this stuff, because you really just don't want to get hit here.
Yeah. Oh. Considering the knockback. Yeah, by the way, electricity knockback, definitely real. I say that having reached into... oh my gosh, what did they have? When I was in Brazil, instead of a dryer, they had just sort of a centrifuge in one place that I lived to get the water out. Most of the time it was just hang your clothes up to dry and, it took however long. But the centrifuge sped up the process a lot more. It's just that when I reached in order to grab my clothes out of there, I had the biggest shock I have ever had in my life. Like, literally jumped backwards and screamed. It was amazingly strong. Yeah, the number of times that I've been, like, shocked and possibly should have died in some way or another when I was living in Brazil, a little too high. It happened a lot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, everybody, this is level 2 of the game. And remember, Jal and Lady Rex are both, they've made it to the bracket. They've both done fantastic in Kusogrand8's past. Jal used to be a GM for us, but was like, I want to play. I want to play this year. And, I'm not going to make somebody give out games if they want to play in the tournament. Come on, you get to... suffer. Jal was like, I'm excited for a good game, smiley face. We'll see how Jal feels about that. Like, Jal might still say, oh yeah, this was a good game. I wouldn't be too surprised. I know Jal.
Looks like Lade's found boss arena.
Ooh, good.
But she's exploring around a little bit more, looking for any, health or anything.
Honestly, not a bad idea if you're able to find any health. Oh, I just thought of another possible skip. Okay. I'm sorry. Now I'm theorizing about ways to play this game fast. I love glitch hunting. I love routing games. Like, probably more... If somebody else has made a route, I'm so glad for them. But, if I notice something that isn't in a route, I often start digging into it because I'm like, I think we can tear this game apart. I think we can do it, everybody.
I love what someone in the chat say. This game just needs fall damage to be complete.
Jal made the tricky jump. But now onto what I consider the rectangle laser movement. I don't like how the lasers move kind of in rectangle fashion. It's weird. No, Lady Rex! Luckily, if you're in the air, it seems like knockback doesn't happen from the lasers, so that's one little mercy. It's true, everybody. Yeah, as it turns out, if you are floating in the air, lightning probably won't affect you as much. Actually, I don't know if that's true. At the very least, if you're like, you know, your feet solidly planted on the ground with like no shoes on, you're gonna feel the effect of electricity a lot more. Why? My dad tricked me into touching an electric fence when I was younger. He was like, well, I mean, I touched it and it didn't really hurt that bad. He's like, hey, you should try that without your shoes on. And I'm like, oh, okay, Dad. I did. Yeah, that thing hurts. I wasn't the smartest kid in some ways.
That's the other part of this boss that's kind of annoying. You can only hit it in the direct center.
Okay. So, well, I just see orbs. I don't see boss.
It's the boss in the center of the arena, the one that's shooting the blue orbs.
Okay. Oh, that thing. Okay. Well, that seems really annoying to get to.
Yep. Lade hit the orb. The orb was starting to go back to the center. Hit Lade, killed her. Oh, this boss is so rude.
There's so many sounds.
It looks like Blade at least has an idea on this boss now, which is good.
Yeah, come on, lady. You can do it. Honestly, making it to the boss first is a good sign. Also, we have a... Is there a way to see the boss's health? I don't think so.
It's the amount in the lower left.
Oh, really? I saw the health go down as Lady Rex was attacking a blue orb. Or maybe not a blue orb. I don't know. Do you have to attack the black orbs and have them sent to Dude Man in the middle, or?
As far as I can tell, you have to strike it right in the center, like that.
There we go!
You can see it. All right, now you gotta leave.
Yeah.
In order to leave, you have to destroy every single one of those orbs.
I believe it. Or
oh, no,
I
never
guess
mind.
not. Nope.
Oh, I thought you had to destroy them all.
Wait.
That was my mistake.
Oh my gosh.
When
Okay.
I was playing.
How do I do this? Oh my gosh. I can't do it fast enough. I want to hear the voice acting. You can never win. Okay. Yeah, it's not happening. Sorry, everybody. I was too slow. I wasn't on my game enough, but at least we can hear the level music. And if Jal beats the boss, we'll go back, okay? Because we still have 15 minutes left. The players are doing fantastic right now.
Oh yes, this has been very impressive to watch. Especially with how rude this game is.
Oh yeah. Y'all don't know, or you might know after having watched it this much. Maybe you do know.
Oh, that is a full game over for Jal.
Oh, a huge setback for Jal. It is possible to get back through at level 2 within the time, but...
Yeah, it's possible to get back there. The game is not long. You can beat the game in like 33 minutes, so... Getting back through level 2 is fine as long as you just go.
Yeah. Let me see. Speedrun.com list. No, not... Okay, fine.
The long play was
Strider.
34 minutes.
Okay, Strider returns speedrun. Any percent Genesis on normal difficulty. 11 minutes and 55 seconds to get through the entire game. And how many levels are there?
I believe there are 4.
There are only 2 runs on the speedrun.com page, by the way. So, like, it has not been cracked apart that much. And no runs on expert difficulty, only on 1 on easy, 2 on normal, none on Sega Master System hard, or Sega Master System easy has 1 run. Yeah, it's very much untouched. No rules found. That's cool.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that this game has required a lot of focus because we're getting no commentary in the match chat.
I mean, oftentimes if the players aren't talking about the game, they not necessarily, it doesn't mean that the run is fair per se, but it means that they feel like they have hope.
Mm-hmm. Well, not just that, but there isn't a lot of downtime in this game. So I'm not surprised we're not getting a lot of commentary just because, especially with how slow you move, you don't want to be losing any time to saying things in chat.
Oh, yeah.
I would fully understand that in this game. Oh, poor Jal! That was terrible! They were trying to go over to where the power-up was, they jumped short and then dropped straight down into the pit. Like, that was terrible.
Not the pit. I don't want to go in the pit. I do like the capsules that look like Mega Man capsules. Like, just break them open. Instead of health, you have some random item. For me, man, they're all health.
Occasionally you get health from them.
Oh.
Occasionally you get the orbs that help you in the boss fights. And sometimes you get an orb that'll help you during the stage. I mean, there are power-ups to be found. Some of them are just points, though, and it's annoying when you go after one and, oh, all it was points. It's a waste of my time.
Yeah. There we go. Jal through the mini-boss again. Yeah, it's amazing. This game actually has quite a variety of mini-bosses, and I dig that. But again, you know, this wasn't originally going to be a Strider game. It plays very differently from the original Strider, which was almost kind of a Metroidvania-like.
Ish. I wouldn't go that far. You were kind of locked into your path, and it wasn't a lot of choice.
I mean, Metroid, it looked non-linear, but it was mostly linear, the way that you have to go, yeah.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it a Metroidvania. I like the original NES Strider. I think it's a lot of fun. It doesn't make it any less rude.
It's pretty rude, and it's got lots of beautiful glitches.
It's still a fun game, in my opinion. Like, I think the arcade Strider is my favorite. The newer one that came out on Steam is my second favorite, and then the NES one is my third.
Okay.
Like, my problem with the NES Strider is very simply the wall jumping, and then the final boss is such a stupid way to beat it.
Oh, really? Well, that's fun.
Yeah. You can't hurt the boss in any way, shape, or form while he still has his weapon. But if you do the charge up, he will wait for you to use it. Like, he won't attack you while you're charging it up. It's kind of dumb.
Well, that's fantastic. That's so good. Lady Rex, though, doing a good job of trying to get caught back up. Jal getting a game over in the Forbidden Forest. At the same time, they have 5 continues, so I imagine just trying to rush through this, you know, it's not worth starting over from the beginning. Just keep going. Yeah. If you want any chance of actually getting back to where you were, you got to keep going. There we go, Lady Rex into the boss room. She's definitely a lot more consistent. But, I mean, again, Lady Rex made it a decent way through brackets last year. It's not too much of a surprise to see her making this much progress. You know, Jal did play in Kusogrand8 last year and made a little bit of progress. I believe, you know, we had Jal in the group stage. I don't believe that Jal quite made it to brackets. Oh, no. Jal was giving out games in Kuso 7. What am I talking about? Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? I forget how things work. That was Kuso 6 that Jal made it. Or that Jal was a GM. Kuso 7, I don't believe Jal was involved. So, you know, she's making a comeback, making it to brackets. Fantastic. Definitely having a bit of a hard time. Oh no, Lady Rex dying to the boss again. Technically, Jal could have a comeback in the last bit here. We don't know.
Yeah, considering that Lady Rex didn't seem to have much problem with this boss beforehand, it feels like she's trying to rush just.
I mean, it's understandable. You got a boogie. Yeah, for those who are wondering, we did discuss a little bit of the history of this game, that it was originally developed. It was supposed to be for like a completely new IP, as far as I'm aware. It wasn't supposed to be a Strider game, but they used Strider sprites as a placeholder, and it stuck. It wouldn't be the first time that that's happened, and it certainly won't be the last. Sometime.
Yep.
Okay, do we get any voice acting, Lady Rex? You gonna skip it all? Probably for the best. Well, because of that, I'm probably gonna move the audio back to... No, let's keep it this way. Whoever makes it to the next transition, if anybody gets to the end of level 2, I want to hear the voice lines. Oh. I really enjoy the way that this tank, every time you hit it, it just sort of shuffles back and forth. It's like, I'm coming. Like, what erratic movement. I can only think of a handful of games that had movement like that. Like, Ernest Evans definitely did. Another Genesis game. I don't believe Tier Tex had anything to do with that, though.
It kind of reminds me of some of the old NES bosses, too, that, like, the wiggling the boss back and forth was considered to be a good way of making it harder to hit. There were a lot of, especially when you did like the old tank games and stuff like that, that was a lot of the time where you just get, oh, we're just going to move this boss back and forth really quickly. That's the gimmick.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely makes it harder for people to predict, and considering that it's not a consistent movement, it is gradually getting closer to you as it does that. It's been throwing Jal off enough. I'd say that it's effective.
Yeah, what Lady Rex is doing right here, she found this because she was hunting for health and coming the opposite direction and realized you can get up this way, so it skips this whole section that's there.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think I've seen Jal take that warp a couple times. I may be mistaken.
No, it's not the warp. It's the fact that she went around the outside of the building instead of going through the center, which is what she did initially. Because it didn't look like you could climb up there, but when she came down that way the last time, she learned she could do it, and therefore has done it every time since to avoid that whole section of...
Lady Rex jumping in order to trying to get the boss skip, but it doesn't look like it quite worked.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to do that from actually climbing up that way.
That's fair. Now, one thing with Zhao taking this boss on, in general, what she does is she hits it 4 times safely. Oh, there we go. Okay, Lady Rex is up above. Just gonna have to die now, I think.
Yeah, I think what that did is it triggered the checkpoint. I could be wrong.
I believe so. There we go. Lady Rex dying. Let's see if it does trigger the checkpoint. Indeed,
It did.
climbing up there does that. Yep.
So going up there, then dying, it skips the boss.
Yeah, I'm like, if you do a good job against the boss, it's not a huge deal. Like, honestly...
It doesn't look like it saves all that much time, but if you're struggling with the boss, that's a good way. It just gets right past it.
And it may technically be faster anyway in a speedrun sense.
That's what I'm not sure about. If you can take out the boss quickly, I don't know that it does, because you do have to take the time to die.
I just love that we have figured out a boss skip, or Lady Rex has figured out a boss skip during Kusogrand8. It happens occasionally. Strategies are real, and glitches, exploits, they're absolutely allowed in Kusogrand8, unless otherwise stated, which occasionally we do have to state, nope, can't do that. Bad, bad, bad. I know there was a super pitfall match that we had one time that we had to clearly say, don't jump into the wall. You're not allowed to jump through walls, okay? Because everybody would end up doing that, and jumping through walls could end up giving you extra points for no reason. Super Pitfall is such a bad game. Like,
yes,
oh my gosh.
I had it growing up. It's terrible. Yeah, and I don't think at this point that the time lost to the weirdness of the retro achievement thing showing up is going to even matter there.
Yeah.
I was looking at that.
With that said, that was an issue on the player's side. It's not going to make the difference here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, even if it was something that would be called into question by the player, I don't think it's going to make a difference at this point.
No, Zhao, stop getting shocked. The lightning's purple. Purple means Durple. Oh, hit your Strider head on the Strider wall. Don't want to do that. Yeah, one thing that I was going to say, like, for the tank boss that Zhao was fighting but that Lady skipped, in general, with the boss like that, pay attention to the way that it moves. It was moving closer to her. In general, what you'd want to do is do 4 hits, and then at that point, you know that the 5th time you hit it, it's going to ram you. So 4 hits, back up, and then do the rest of the hits.
And even then, I would say the way Lade did it the first time, because they had 7 shurikens, so they just stayed in the left corner and used the shuriken to take it out.
That's if you have shurikens. Well, there we go. That, everybody, is time, and the match is over. Throw up your Tims. Ugh, maybe don't throw them up. Do something with your Tims, because that is it. That's the match. We're done. And as it turns out, Lady Rex managed to make it to stage 3, clinching the victory and, being able to have the bragging rights. Zhao will be moving on to the loser's bracket, but neither eliminated. I'm going to invite them to come and chat. How do you feel that they did?
Oh, that was impressive. They both did really well, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it looks like Lady's here. Let's see. And Zhao is joining us as well. Hello, Zhao.
Hello.
Hello, Lady.
Oh, that was a fun match.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you both enjoyed it.
Okay, Zhao.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
Is this a good game?
I would say so, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Zhao, come on. We talked about
Do you
all
not
of
think
the
so?
flaws.
I think it's okay.
I would say that this is probably the best port of Strider Returns Whether or not it's a good game, I don't know. Like committed jumps, knockback, blind jumps. I could go down a list of flaws that this game has. It has a lot of them. The stupid tank boss, which lady, by the way, found a boss skip.
Yeah.
Oh, you found a skip?
Yep. If you have enough health or good enough at dodging, if you can get up to the platform that you respawn at after beating that boss, then if you die to the tank boss, you'll just respawn up there, and as long as you don't jump back down, you can keep going.
Oh, I wish I noticed that.
That was impressive when you jumped back down and it screwed up the screen.
That was so accurate.
Yeah, I want to know what that does, because like the glitches that happen there, I see that and I start thinking, what can you do when it comes to a speed run? Because like the screen was scrolled in a weird way. I'm wondering exactly how messed up it was. I want to play around with that. It gives me hope.
It seemed like I was walking around off screen too at that time, which was really weird.
I'm very glad that you both enjoyed it, and like Corndanon says, and I agree, just because the game is bad does not make it not fun.
Yeah, it's got
this game's
plenty
definitely
of flaws.
bad, but it's a fun kind of bad.
Yeah. And
that's what I try for with my games, is fun kind of bad.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you both enjoyed it. So to reveal the winner, Jal, you made it to the boss of stage 2, but Lady actually beat it and moved on to stage 3.
It took me a bit to realize I had to take out all the orbs before I could safely attack the boss. I'm glad I figured that out now.
Those stupid orbs. Yeah, Jal, I believe one of your high score names was related to orbs. Very fitting.
I only really had 1 or 2 attempts on that when I realized what I had to do, and I didn't manage to get back there to try again, so...
Yeah, well, you both did very well for blind with this game in an hour, because this game does not like the player at all. It likes to chew them up and spit them out.
Oh, yeah. Now, with that said, was there any problem that the game had that you're like, maybe the developers, if you went and revised this game, what could they do different?
I think for me, there's 2 main things. The first, the random enemy spawns. Sometimes they just spawn in unfair locations and where they weren't before, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
I would just add air control of some sort.
Yeah.
Especially with how you were trying to skip that one area.
Yeah, I don't really know how you're meant to do that without dying, but
you go slowly from right to left, killing the enemies as you go, so that they're no longer there to hit you.
Yeah,
that's impossible.
It's one of the struggles of this game. You feel like you want to go fast, but it punishes you every time.
Yeah, and another thing I'm not a fan of, the lack at the projectiles, because it feels like you get those 7 projectiles, and then it's just... It feels like it's random on if you get them back on a continue or not, because I never found a power-up that got me more, so it feels like you just have those 7 for the whole game.
Oh yeah, I only realized I could use Shuriken within the last few minutes.
Oh no! Okay, that explains a lot.
Shred bosses.
Yeah, I was like waiting. I was like, when am I gonna get Shuriken? Because it mentioned it in the manual. I thought those stars were just like power-up icons, because it happened when I got the power-up.
I made the same mistake at first, but eventually I realized, oh wait, the power-up is just a temporary boost to the sword's range and strength.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because it did make my sword bigger, so I was like, oh, that's the power-up, okay. Where's my Shuriken?
So Jal pulled a me whenever I'm playing, because I remember matches where I just completely missed that there were abilities.
I do that
one point where there was one point when I also had a second Shuriken icon underneath the first, and I don't know why that happened or what it meant.
Oh, I actually have that right now. I think it is a stronger Shuriken, maybe. It shoots like 3 of them out at a time.
Oh, I must have lost it so fast I didn't get to figure it out.
Oh no!
And then I just never got that power up again.
Yeah, one other thing that Lady Rex found, by the way, was skip for level 2. Yes, you got the boss skip, but you also found a skip for a decent amount of the level, which
Yeah,
probably helped out as well, so you didn't have to
Oh, is
deal
that
with
to
the
climb
nightmare.
up the wall?
Yeah,
Yes.
after I got to the top of the first tower in the second level, I thought, wait, I can go over this. Wait, and I just tried climbing down the wall just to see if I could find anything, and I was like, wait, the spot's open. Can I? And then I figured out you could just climb up to the tower halfway through to skip some of the more annoying parts of the first tower.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. Like, I think that with the skips and exploits that you found, Lady Rex, that's really what helped you seize the victory here. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great job.
But
Yeah,
both
GG.
of you played very
Well
well.
played.
That was a impressive match to watch. You were both
Yeah.
doing very well.
So
Yeah, well played to you too, Joe. That was awesome.
Yeah, congrats.
you both did amazing. So, question for both of you. Jal first, are you doing anything stream-wise that people should know about?
Yeah, I stream twice a week, and I play games that people request, so it's usually terrible games. So,
Oh, perfect. Okay, and that's just over at Jal_, right?
yep.
Sweet. Well, we love weird games. We love gamer requests. I'm sure that people would love that. What about you, lady?
As per usual, while I'm not streaming much myself, I am on my friend Potent Chaos' stream every Wednesday. We kind of ran out of farming games to play at the moment, but we've gone back to one of the previous games we played, Core Keeper, since it recently hit 1.0.
Oh, what game is it?
Core Keeper.
Oh, Core Keeper. Yeah, I need to play that again. That's good to know that it's out.
Yeah, we were having a lot of fun with the 1.0 update.
Good. Well, cool. Thank you both. And Time Stalker, obviously, if you've got anything, let us know, because I love to support our GMs. Anything exciting?
Normally on Wednesdays we do our BizHawk Shuffler Cafe. We're not doing it this Wednesday, obviously, because it's Christmas, so I'm going to be moving it to next Saturday evening, where I will be doing some more shuffling. And then on the 13th of January, I am doing a marathon stream that I do every year for my birthday. And this year I'm taking games from my friends and fellow Kuso GMs, as well as other friends, that I'll be randomly playing for about 30 minutes each on stream, the ones that they've given me. So should be a fun time.
Sweet. Well, good. Thank you so much. And I am very glad to have all of you here. Thank you again for the game, and I will let you go. Take care, friends.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye.
wonderful day.
Have a good time, bro.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I know that we're a little bit behind time, but because we are being sponsored for this stream, I need to let the players know we're going to be a little bit, we're probably